Alright, welcome back to the game. When we left off, we had established an income revenue stream. And as you can see up here, we're sitting at just over $500,000. So we're going to build a construction office, or a couple of them, and once we've got that built, we're going to use the construction offices to start constructing, shock, the industrial section. And then once that's built, we will start using them for the new residential zone, which will be built, well, over that way. Let's not distract ourselves from the task at hand. So, construction offices. Let's get a bunch of them. Because they are not very expensive, and they facilitate speedy construction. So that's 5 there. That's fine to start. I may add more. We'll see. I don't want a road crossing there, though. Oh, bad aim. So to begin with, we're going to be importing all of the everything that's required in order to do what needs to be done here. This is not. Maybe it'll get hooked up to a. Yes. We'll have a gravel pit. We'll see if we can fit in a gravel pit. I want this one to be fairly long because there's going to be lineups for it. So that goes there. Concrete resource plant will also be taking in, so this can go here. And then conveyor belts, because we're not going to sneak in storage there. Grab a small shed. Mirroring, please. Oh, no, that's not what I want. Being able to mirror these buildings would just save so much of my heartache. We need the ability to either mirror, or we need the ability to convince a redesign to the developer. We need to go to the developer and say these buildings are ridiculously awkward and we need things that are easier to work with if you're not going to give us the ability to mirror them. I don't know if that's going to work out so well. We'll see. Time. Alright. So we've got a gravel pickup, an asphalt pickup, and a concrete pickup. And we're going to do a... Do I want a train dropping off gravel over here? Like, do I want trains running over here at all? Yeah, I guess I kind of do. Eventually, there's going to be additional imports to subsidize the construction industry. So we're going to start making our own steel, and we're going to start making our own components, and I'll want to probably bring them in by rail, not just by truck. So this area should be designed to have aggregates dropped off. I don't need to drop off any aggregates other than the gravel, I don't think. Yeah, that's right. And, yeah, so I'm going to play around with this for a bit, and we'll be right back. Okie dokie, so we've got this place pretty much laid out and how the delivery system will work. Once the manufacturing side has been actually put into place, we will be able to supply the various industries with supplies. So that's nice. But let's start paying for some of this. So I let the game run on, acquired some more money, which is always nice. While this was all going on, I don't have American dollars. Come on. Workers, that's right. They're gonna need workers for these sites. What a nightmare. Can I just drop workers off? I don't have a train station here. I never planned on exporting any of these people. I wonder if we're gonna need a small construction town. Not at all what I had anticipated having to do, but I think that's what we're gonna do. I also, here, I wanna try something. Rise, rise. There we go. And then maybe flatten it out a bit. There we go. And over here, raise it to a similar height. Wuthering height. And let's see if we can run a bridge over what will be the railroads. $9 grand, yeah, whatever, we'll pay for this. This thing's gonna be there anyways. Is that paused? No pausing. Whatever, this is potentially gonna be important. Buy the more expensive one. So, that's not gonna work. Maybe more like terraforming tools are always a little tricky. There we go. Nope, didn't work. Come on. Come on. Come on. Isn't gonna work either. Nope. Do I need to put... Come on, it's all green, isn't it? I'm so confused. Alright, here. Bonk. Oh. I anticipated that to behave different. There we are. We'll go like... There's a divot there. That was the thing that was causing the issue before. Is it possible to smooth that out? Maybe. These questions will be answered only by playing. Alright, well that seems to have worked. Ooh. Get that while we're good. While the getting's good. Now we've got a viaduct crossing this important industrial line. Not for any particular reason. I mean, it's not, strictly speaking, necessary. They could just drive and cross like anyone else, but I anticipate this being high volume, and I anticipate a good deal of construction happening over this direction, and if these fellows can come through here, then all the better. Yeah, and then all the, well, they need access here and here. Well, adding in another road through there isn't going to save that much from here. Driving around like that and then across, yeah, whatever. Maybe I'll even add another viaduct over here. So now let's add our first shitty little small town. I don't like how long that is. Let's see if we can make that smaller. Ooh, that also went the wrong direction that I Didn't want to raise things up. Trying to bring things down. There we are. Alright, whatever. And we'll balance it off of this thing. How about... Oh. Hold on. What's going on? Why isn't it working? Do I need more? Wouldn't be too surprised if I'm right on the edge. And those two are not very good. Oh, no, it's still not working. What's up, Doc? Is this all just perfectly flat? Is that what I'm trying to be told here? Oh my lord, it is. This is all just perfectly flat. There's no need to level anything. Huh. Yeah, very little interesting. I like it. Alright. Next things first. Come across IKEA. I don't really like this building. Maybe I should have thought that through before I did it. And now I've got a $14,000 mistake to make up for it. Why didn't I just build them over at the new place? Clearly not the smartest pickle in the pickle jar. Ah, the finicky controls of this game. Can't remember which ones I've sent so far. I'll send the bulk of them to the closer one. But I would like to have a few of them at each. The construction offices are unfortunately not linked together, or cannot be linked together, and the way that they acquire, or the way the jobs are allocated, can sometimes mean that you're missing the appropriate equipment, or that suboptimal equipment is being used for a construction project. You may have tower cranes, but because the construction office that you have with them isn't currently assigned to that particular construction site, and blah, blah, blah. So you need to kind of keep an eye on these things. Let's just clean this up. This is going to be another terrible suburb, just like the one we started the game with. Except this one will not be torn down in the future. This is going to be the build limit for industrial. Industrial is going to be over this direction. And this is going to be the first town on the residential side. I guess this oil field is a notable exception, but we've got an embankment around it now. You know, to keep out the sour gas should there be a leak. Alright, so onward. Let's check out the mods. I want a fairly substantial... Do I need it this substantial, though? 4 lanes, 4 lanes. Let's just take a look at the base ones. Train platform. Yeah, this is fine. We'll just do a regular train platform, and we'll have some nice train pickups. Yeah, that's fine. So then I can squeeze in some buildings on this side along the line. We've got that. and this. You know what? We've got... This is the passenger line. It's an electric line. And it, too, will break off. And come down around here, and it'll get its own tunnel in a second. Let's see if we can squeeze it in. It'll be... We'll see. Don't want to put down too many permanent decisions ahead of when they are absolutely necessary. When does this thing start? I can't... There. Okay, so it does start right there. It's sometimes difficult to see constructions. I think they're classified funny. Ooh, there we are. Very nice. Electric lines. Alright, so this electric line will just sneak over this direction. There we go. Almost. Come on. There we go. Passenger lines are... I haven't had to do this yet, but this one may get a bridge to do what it needs to do. I don't like crossing lines anywhere. If I can avoid crossing lines, I will dig ditches and do everything that I can. Look at this. Why did that come out like that? That doesn't make any sense at all. I'm so confused. Now it's not going to let me do it, I bet. Alright, let's see if we can just... Level. And now we'll not be able to build this. Ooh. I'm tempted to try it even tighter. Let's see. Let's try it like that. Nice. That's way better. Way better. Much more aesthetically pleasing. Still a weird bump, but whatever. This side's nice. This side, a little strange. That's okay. Onward and upward. Back to rails. Let's at least commit that. And I want to commit that oil pipe. So, I didn't explain much of what's going on here, I guess. But I've got a small modded fuel tank here. We'll have a truck bring bitumen from the refinery here. It's a long drive, but you don't actually require that much bitumen in order to fuel an asphalt plant, which is what it's there to supply. This right here, the asphalt plant, which will be getting its gravel from here, mix it with bitumen, you get asphalt. The asphalt is driven off to wherever it's needed. Here we have a gravel pickup in case any just gravel plain on its own is required, as is often the case. And this is the cement, or the concrete plant. It's not a cement plant. We'll be importing the cement for the concrete plant. I don't believe, even if later on, that I get my own cement manufacturing. I doubt that I'll ever bother bringing it over. I'll probably just keep importing it. It's too much of a finicky product to be moving around. Just let the magic of magic game imports bring it in, and I'll deal with that away. So let's move one of the bulldozers over here, just to have one at each. And so this is the open storage, and then we've got the covered storage, the warehouse here as well. They are hooked up to train lines so that they can be supplied by trains once the chemical and plastic manufacturing is done, and we're requiring steel in large amounts being dropped off here to supply the trucks that will then take it off to the various sites where construction is going on. Now, my hope is that this site will be able to facilitate quite a bit of area. Let's see how big, though. Alright. That is not what I was hoping for. They are going to even have a difficult time constructing this. I mean, I got some of it. Alright, so I guess I can show you this as well. They're going to have a hard time coming all the way from here to get construction done. I think I can override it, but gee whiz. Some short range. Anyways, down here, we've got some iron and gravel production. This is an iron mine, and this is an iron mine, and they will take it out of this funny little area that I took the time to terraform. It looks like pits dug down, and then whatever. So gravel from here will be taken, processed, put onto trains, and then taken up to here and dropped off. The train lines are all nicely done up, and yeah, the iron will not be processed here. It'll be shipped off to the iron processing, which is going to be somewhere over there. But once the gravel and iron is picked up, I get some of this may change direction. I may actually reverse the direction on all of this, but for now the plan is that the trains will be coming in from this side, and then they will take tunnels out this way, going through this little mountain pass. We have a building on fire. Let's just go make sure. Oh, it's the hospital. The hospital caught fire. Well, they got it out, I hope. Why are there no actors moderators? Do I not have an intelligentsia again? Where's the school? Yeah, I'm out of... this game is a scam. Let's spend a bunch of money buying teachers. Let's spend some money bringing in the intelligentsia. Bunch of plebeians. Plebeians. There we go. $500,000 on trying to keep the schools from spiraling out. Building is without a power supply. What? Everything's without a power supply. What's going on? No workers. Oh my lord. Oh no. That's what's going on. Alright, so I'm especially stupid. I've allowed enough educated workers to disappear that there's nobody to work at the power plant anymore? I think that's what's going on. There we go, now the power's back on. Brownouts, but there's a start. Jesus Christ. There. I waited for so long before I started to make this video to save some money so that we would have something to be able to build with, and I ended up having to import people because of a brain drain. Classic. Now and of course, not most, but enough of the people that I hired at great expense got into television. So we're gonna pump up some of our Soviet propaganda. I think you can get away with 70% propaganda, 30% cultural, and still have no negative impact on the culture. That 30% is enough to offset the propaganda, and that you'll still maintain some ratings and even some happiness. Because the reason why we got this television station built in the first place is because everyone got so upset with the state. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why the intelligentsia left. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. I mean, you would assume that the educated people would realize the hell they're living in. But, maybe they're the ones that got fed up with the state and decided to leave. Yeah, we're still having power supply problems. Am I gonna end up importing more peeps? Come on. These guys are so expensive. 8 grand for 5. But we must spare no expense. Yeah, unreal. Is it worth building a university just to have it not cost me $500,000 in importing people? That's the smallest. A technical university. Alright, that makes sense. People who go to a technical university. And it actually doesn't even really matter, right? Wait, how many rubles is this thing? Alright, yeah, we're just gonna build this on the outskirts of town, and we're gonna establish a bus service for all the students. All the students can go to the center area, and if anyone's close enough to walk, get on them. We're gonna build it. I don't want them crossing train tracks. There's a train track here, but I'm going to ignore it because it's not in use yet, and it's not liable to come into use until this whole area is demolished. Seems a little silly to be building a technical university just to be rubbleizing it at some time in the future, but it is a cheaper option. As angry as that makes me. So, bus services. What do we got for big buses? Last few times I've purchased smaller ones. Is that 82? Oh, no, it's a little... No, it is faster, cheaper, and holds more. Classic game. Alright. So, go here. Go here. And we are not picking up. We're picking up educated workers. And then every kind of student. And not passengers. Because we need to be able to get the teachers to the university and then the students to the university, but we don't want to be picking up uneducated labor that could be going someplace else more useful, like, oh, say, the power plant. Or, yeah, because the power plant's still not running. Sometimes it's running. Alright. So, which bus is this? Start that up. And I will copy this to copy, and we'll let them run out a bit. Space them out a tad. It's not a very long journey, but the goal is to get every available student into the university. Now, workers waiting, 0. Passenger, no wait, not passengers, students. We want students. You know what? 4 buses is too many. Maybe even 2 too many. But we'll leave it at 3 for now. I just got overzealous with trying to deal with this education problem. Because if no one knows how to run the power plant... Alright, we need to start importing power. we've got the money for it. And in fact, all the money will disappear if we don't start running our trains and filling it with petrol and keeping this system going. We are actually on the brink of a systemic collapse. How exciting. Alright, and on that note, we're going to take a break. And I'll hit you up next time. Thanks for watching.